So before we even start talking about strategies, I would like to tell you something that in many cases has revolutionized the way that the lead generation companies have worked with me and the results that we had. So this is a knowledge which is coming, and I mentioned it on the book that I have written back in the day, which was more influenced from my e-commerce experience with my own stores, and it had one inside a little bit about email marketing. And over there, I was talking about the behavior of people basically being creatures of routine. So every human is a creature of routine, unless if you are extremely rich and you don't have a plan or really busy, or unless if it's weekend, which we have the exclusion. But the whole point and what I'm trying to say is this: if someone is actually trying to buy something at 5 o'clock in the evening, most likely the next day he's going to be on the same place trying to buy again, so it's easier to be approached with an email, for example, about an abandoned cart sequence. The thing is the same happens with lead generation. So when somebody puts the lead or fills the form at 10 o'clock in the morning, that means that this person was available at 10 o'clock in the morning. So what I was always mentioning to these companies that they do lead generation is that call him the next day at 10 o'clock. It's a very simple change, it's a very simple thing to do. If you think of it, it makes total sense. And let me tell you that it works, because a lot of times people just get a lead and they call them on 5 o'clock in the evening, which has nothing to do with them being bad or having a bad intention. It's just they don't understand one major thing, that people have stuff to do. You're trying to close them as a lead, so you have to make it as convenient as you can for them. And if they tried to fill the form at 10 o'clock in the morning, call them at 10 o'clock in the morning. Unless if you have a system that you call them within minutes and everything is going to be fine over there. There's a very big indiscrepancy on this on weekends. On weekends, someone doesn't have the same schedule that they have on the daily days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On weekend, if someone filled the form, just call them on Monday and try to find them, But for all the other people that they do fill the form 10, 5, 6, try to see the time that they filled it and call them at this point. The same goes with email marketing. Don't send an email 5 hours later. Send an email 5 minutes later, for example, for stupid things that happen around the world statistically, like a lightning strike and the power went off, the baby crying, or the dog biting the couch and you have to go there and you lose your card. 5 minutes later, you do an abandoned card. 1 day later, at the same hour, because they have, most likely they will be at the same position, maybe they're going to pull the trigger and buy, and 48 hours. The same thing should be happening also with lead generation. If you don't have the luxury in 5 minutes, just do it 24, 48 hours. And most likely you're going to see that you're going to increase your closing rate to these leads. Now, let's go to the Facebook ads part, which is the crazy method. I just wanted to give you this small tip because I have seen it making a significant difference to the closing to all the companies that I have worked with. You have seen how we're doing crazy method, why, hot pockets, all of that. I have been using crazy method a lot with lead generation companies for local area. Is it auto detailing? Is it whatever you can imagine? So plastic surgeries for appointments and all of that. The lead generation is something that I need to tell you that because Facebook needs to know who is the person that actually booked the service, it's a little bit tricky. What did we say earlier? That we have a purchase. It means that somebody bought. If we're talking about the lead generation over here, it means that if Facebook doesn't know from all of these leads that came who converted, then it cannot find similar people to those so that they can convert more and more and more people to the ones that they have converted. There are companies that they have solved this problem by just, booking the appointment with money and all of that, which is not lead generation anymore. They just sold the service already. But you have to understand that the more you're doing lead generation ads, maybe the quality is going to drop. The lead generation form within Meta platform, they're going to have less quality traffic. And over there, you're trying to get as much as you can, a lot of leads so that you can find some good leads eventually inside there. So over there, you're trying to get the best possible cost per lead with your traffic ads and whatever you do with optimization. The other case is that you're sending people to the landing page. In the landing page over there that you're sending people, you are going to see that you're having higher cost per lead, but better quality, because it's taking more friction for people to actually go there, so they have to be more serious. Another thing that you can do is that in your lead generation forms, you can put questions in order to make it more difficult for people or be filtering them. I was having a company which was removing mold, for example, or was selling a water filter in another case. And because it was expensive, the water filter, we were asking the question, a screening question, are you the house owner? If they were saying no, we were not serving the lead, because we knew that somebody who didn't own the house, they wouldn't take the water filter. So these are the things about the lead generation, but the crazy method is going to help you a lot to find different hot pockets because of that. Okay, this is why it's really effective, especially on local area that you cannot use any lookalikes or interest because you're just in a local area with a pin point. The only thing that you can do over there is just run crazy method and just hope that you're going to find a hot pocket of people that they're not only becoming leads, but they're also good leads that they're actually converting. That's the whole point of the crazy method, doing it in a local area. And by doing this again, even with lands and stuff, eventually it's going to lose its power, because it wouldn't know who were the actual people that they actually converted. But you can do it again, and you can have decent results with your lead generation campaigns using the crazy method in the local area. You don't have anything else. You don't have interest. If you use interest, it's just a very small reach. So you use broad targeting with the demographics that you want, if you want only men or if you want specific ages. And then you're just gathering leads, even with a lead generation form within your website or with a inform Facebook lead generation. And you're trying to do the best that you can. But remember all the things that I told you about lead generation, and don't be frustrated, because the quality is not going to come, because Facebook doesn't have the consistent results to continue optimizing towards somebody who actually converted. So I think that I covered it pretty extensively. Now, the daily loop theory, for example, it's not something that you need to see because you're already in a small area. So you are going to have anyway overlap, which means that you will have to try to see how much you can scale based on the cost per lead that you get and how much you're making from the leads that they're actually converting. But the crazy method for sure is going to help you a lot to expand. I have seen it with plenty companies that they were just doing normal ads, and then when they were doing crazy method with something that was working already, they were able to have more leads and scale a little bit. I'm not saying that you will scale a lot because of the daily loop and all of that. Facebook is going to give you more expensive results, but you can scale a little bit more and a little bit faster to reach more people. The rest things are things that we're going to discuss a little bit on the recap when I'm going to do live campaigns and show you over there some things about it. But I think that pretty much this covers all for local area lead generation. A crazy method is one-way road for you, and it's going to help you a lot in the same way that it has helped a lot of others. If you do in general lead generation, it's like e-commerce, man. Just replace the purchase event with lead event and do it again and again and again, and you're going to be fine.